in this video clip. Um, it's about the advanced inheritance. I record this video to like in a series that once you know how can we use inheritance. Um, Now I will introduce you what is the abstract keyword and the static keyword and the way that you can use the like the pointer or the reference from uh, the superclass and subclass. Okay, so at first, I will introduce you how can we use um, the abstract one first. Um, because the animals are like the one that I always say that actually, the animal itself it has no like make sound mechanisms. So the animal can have like okay private string species and private string name. The animal can have like name and species, right? But the animal itself it cannot make sound by themselves. The animal cannot make sound by themselves, right? So you must know that okay, this is a dog, this is the cat. So you can know that you can know how can make sound, but you must tell other classes, the subclass one, that if you want to implement or if you want to extend something from the animals, you must um, implement this one. So I will actually normally we do something like a public void make sound like this, right? And we always do something like okay, I cannot make sound because I don't know I don't know who I am. For example, this one is the make sound function of the animal one, and then you can create the dog class that is the dog.java. This is the dog class, and you extend uh the animal one, and you do nothing here. So in the app class, you can create the animal A1 is new animal and dog B1 is new dog and system A1 dot make sound and D1 dot make sound. And once you finish, just run your program. And this is the result that you can see. Oh, I forgot something in animal, sorry. I just record the Python code, so very sorry about this. Forgot. Okay, this is run class, and then actually it's tell you that okay, I cannot make sound because they don't know who I am, but actually is it should be correct, but because you design something that you you don't tell your subclass that what you have to do, or you have to tell your subclass what you have to do. The idea is quite simple. So you have to force them to implement their own make sound one. So the best way to do this is you can use the abstract keyword to make other class, the subclass that want to extend from here, from these from this class to be the one that you have to implement by yourself. And by the animal itself, it shouldn't be implemented because you don't know how can make sound in the superclass. You don't know how can you make sound for animal because you don't know the actual species, the actual type. So what you have to do is like this and this one. So in doc.java, there is an error here because it extends from animal. The animal, look at this. The animal is the abstract class and it has an abstract method that the subclass must implement. So this one, public class dog extend animal. You can check the error. So now you can see that something that you write in the superclass can make the subclass knows, okay, you have to implement the inherited abstract method make sound. So you must implement the inherit abstract method. So you have to implement that one, public void make sound. And then once you create this one, the error of the dog class will disappear. So it means that now your subclass already knows that it must implement the make sound one. So I will system out the print line. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, so this one is like simple one, and let's go back to check. Okay, the name and species is a variable that you never use, so leave them here. It's just the warning, but there is an error here in the app.java. So you can see that once you declare the class to be an abstract one, you cannot new itself. You cannot new itself. Okay, you cannot create the object of itself. So you have to at first I commented out first. So now your program is just woof. Yes, so that's correct. This is the concept that we want. But this one, you can do something like, if you have an animal A1, but you don't have the type of the dog, the type of the animal yet. So you can create animal A1, but when you want to create the real object, you must know what kind of animal that you want. For example, you must create the dog one. A1 is a dog. So now there's no error in this Java. And then the make sound that A1 called will be called via the dog class, because the actual object is the dog one. Okay, so you can use the type here the variable name of the superclass to point to the object of the subclass. This one is another concept. The reference. Look at this. You can use the reference or the variable type of the class, the superclass, to point to subclass. But guys, you cannot do this one. You cannot use the variable of the subclass to point to the superclass one. Okay. Okay, so now you can see it's error. So if I have another class, look at this. If I have another class called cat.java, and cat.java is extends the animal. Okay, so it has an error here. So you must implement the make sound one. So public void make sound, and then just system.out.println. Meow. Oh, sorry, Python again. Meow. Okay. So this one is the concept of the abstract one. Okay. So, but for the abstract, you can have other method that is not the abstract one. For example, because this is a private one, right? So you can have something like, okay, public get public string get species, and then just return species, and then public string get name. The dog can have its own name, right? So you can return name. And if you want other classes to be able to set the species after you create this object, so you must provide the setter. Okay, so it depends on your design. Public void set species, and then you get species one, and use this dot species is species. So this dot species make Java knows that this one is the member variable, and this one is the variable that you get from outside. Okay, and public void set name, string name, and then this name is name. That's all. So now you can have your cat and dog will inherit everything from this. So you can create another one, like, okay, animal A2 is a new cat, and then A2 dot make sound, A1 dot set name. It is a dog, right? So you can name it like, okay, the dog can be named like Pluto. Yeah, that's all. Set name and system dot out dot print line A1 dot get name. So yep, this one is the result from our code of abstract. You can make now I hope that you can use the keyword abstract. Okay, and then I will show you how can we understand it about the reference of the object, everything that relating to the subclass, superclass, and I will introduce you how can we use the array.